Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, we all end up going through the experience of regrets in our lives, isn't it? If we are adult, we are going through that, or we will go through that, or we will go through that again and again. This experience of regret or feeling of regret is coming from our past. We have made mistakes in the past, and that mistakes left this residue as a regret. Definitely, some of the mistakes we made, we were able to undo it and make things right. But some of the mistakes, you can't undo it. And when you can't undo it, you can feel a dent in your life. And every time you remember that experience, it just fluctuates you, isn't it? Mentally, emotionally. And when you fluctuate, we forget the now and we dive in narrating the situation in a way that we create a story out of it. And we start to think, what could, would, should I have, I should have done it. But thing is that no matter how positively you can think, you can't change it. And if you think negative way, it will fluctuate you further, isn't it? Definitely, we can learn from our past. The past reminds us certain things. We can learn from it and make our now and the future better through the experience, and not to repeat those things in life. So we don't have to create another dent. Learning from the mistakes is a good thing. Now, if your life is not moving well, you're struggling. And when you're struggling, if you remember the past, remembering the past can put you in a really dark space, isn't it? And when you experience that, tendency is to lost in the mental drama, lost in that emotional entanglement. And it can really take us downward spiral in thinking. It can really fluctuate the now, the moment. So, getting into that space, we mentally know that it doesn't help, but we end up there. We end up there again and again. Even we're able to forget the regret, somehow it will resurface again and again, isn't it? Life is happening. Some of the things reminds us the past, reminds us the regret. And every time it regrets, we fluctuate. And some of you are going through the mental struggle. Depending on the experience of regret you have. Some of the regret is not so stressful, but some of the regret is really creates that inner struggle, makes us involved emotionally. And when we involve emotionally, that's where we can forget about it. So you are already experiencing this dark moment in your life. And now you are trying to overcome this dark moment. Now you're involved in spirituality. You are involved in meditation. You are involved in self care. You are involved in yoga. You're trying every sorts of practices available in the world to overcome this dark memory or regret. You're trying, and every time you try something to overcome it, you feel like you experience like you are seeing the changes in you. You feel like it's working to overcome this regret or this mental depression, mental stress, but somehow it keep coming back. Now notice some of you have tried everything, and if you see nothing is working so far, what next? What can I try now that I can overcome my mental stress? How can I anchor in clarity? How can I be free? Now, if you are in that state, this is the invitation for you is that be part of the self-inquiry practice. If nothing is working to overcome your past, self-inquiry can really help you. But to help yourself through the self-inquiry, you really have to be open. You really have to open to yourself. You have to be unbiased. You have to be thorough in this process. And if that is there when you are being part of the self-inquiry path, then you will be able to overcome your past. Overcoming the past means you won't be fluctuate anymore by your past experience. You cannot delete the past. The past is part of your life. The spiritual journey is about not to get affected by the past. And not to get affected by the past, we have to trace our dark experience backward to figure out the root. And also we have to dismantle the root until there's nothing more to dismantle. And that's the way to be free from the mind, free from the past. Or today we're talking about the regret, to be free from the regrets. So we can truly anchor in the now and connect ourselves in the now and move forward without holding on to the limitation, the mental limitation. So the idea of regret is already there. Now, tracing back the mind or how to be free from the regret is trace your regret back. You are feeling the regret. Every time you feel the regret, you are everywhere. Now, ask yourself, why am I feeling the regret in my life? Just simply sit with that. Why am I feeling regret? You are feeling the regret, so there should be the answer to your question. Why am I feeling regret? You feel regret because you weren't able to dot dot dot. What is that? Now, whatever answer is there from the first inquiry, now use that answer. Why is that important? Or why do I have this belief in me? And the second why is gonna give you the second answer. And every answer you see, keep asking yourself, why do I have this? Or why is that important in my life? This simple why is going to help you to figure out the root cause of your regret idea or memory. Once you figure out the root, and that root is simply your ingrained lifestyle, your belief, your conditioning. Your life is happening from there. That's why you're feeling the regret. Now, once you figure out this root, which is a conditioning belief, now you dismantle that as well. Where is this root coming from? Or why do I have this root? You follow it backward. Why or where is going to lead you to further back to see the further layers. And keep going back until you end up with no more layer. No more layer means no mind. No mind means no more regret. So you have to get to that point. Now, this is just one of the scenarios in your life, feeling regret. There are all sorts of mental imprints in you. And you have to follow it backward. And if you're thorough, you can't fail. This path, self-inquiry path, is about becoming thorough. Spiritual freedom is about becoming thorough. So if you're thorough in tracing back your mind, you will figure out the plain sight truth or the inner truth. And seeing that is true freedom, my friend. Seeing the inner truth is enlightenment. And you can only enlighten yourself in the spiritual path. Nobody can, provide you that. Outside, it's just a reference idea. What is true spirituality and how to get there? You can get the reference, but beside that, you don't need more. you can't get more. Nobody can, you know, hold your hand and make you see the truth. Nobody can. There is a stories we have heard or read in the book that, you know, the guru can touch you. When you're ready, the guru can touch you and show you. It's just BS. It's complete BS. So, especially the enlightenment journey, you have to step up. You have to stand on your own feet. You have to utilize your awareness. Good thing is that the awareness is already there. And we must utilize the awareness. And that's what we need to do. And the reference is already there. Dismantle the mind. No mind is where the consciousness is seated. No mind is who we are. Every time we have the mind, there's a struggle, there's a story. The idea of regret is the mind. And the mind is simply all the experience that we have gone through in life. Mind is simply the collection of experience as an idea. And regret is one of that. So to overcome the regret, follow your mind backward. Follow your regret backward. Why am I feeling regret? You are feeling it? Ask. Simple as that. See how far you can go in tracing back your regret today. If you want to overcome your regret, follow it. That's the solution. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope this video makes sense. Thanks for supporting this channel, and yeah, keep supporting, guys. That's all in this video. Take care for now. See you in the next video.